Morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your coach out Empowering Assets. I give you guys a breakdown on how to actually chart a play early in the morning. I'll have two plays for you this morning, but I'm gonna give you guys an overall look into how I actually analyze the market. First thing first, I like to analyze the news. I like to take the temperature of the market. Today is October the 4th, 2025. This is a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. The market is doing market things. We got the futures, they plummet. Dow Jones, YM, and NASDAQ, everybody took a dump. We had major earnings reports that came out. We had so many opportunities to look at the market for what it is. And then we have major news. We got Dick Cheney, ex-vice president for 8 years under Bush, passed away. Now we got Cathie Woods dumping 7.9 million worth shares of Palantir. We got so many things on the front page. Bitcoin is plummeting. Roblox after earnings. So it's so many headlines that we're looking forward to. That's just one. And then I'll actually like to go over to Unusual Wells, see what happened over the last couple of days. I see Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, and Zelle said mortgage rates can't fall enough for America to afford homes. I agree with them. The GoFund CEO said the economy is so bad that more of its customers are crowdfunding just to pay for their groceries. So this is what it's all about. Being able to look at the news, see what NVIDIA got on. Kimberly and Clark bought up the Tylenol maker. So for $48.7 billion cash and stock deal. So this is major. When you see major things like this, you should take full advantage of those. And another thing that I'll look at before the market actually start and just being able to see, hey, how the futures is performing overall, right? Just looking at the market, seeing that we down 78 points in ES. NASDAQ, we down 400 points. Dow Jones, we down 278 points, and then so on and so on from there. Being able to look at the market, being able to look at gold, being able to look at euros, being able to look at the market as a whole. Everything looks like it's bleeding this morning. Then I go to charts. I try to find companies that I really like that I've been studying, and then I've been charting and trading for a while. First one on my list, we have Starbucks, ladies and gentlemen, daily time frame. We got a 321. We currently got an inside candle. Once I start dropping down like the 12-hour time frame, I notice we have a hammer. 6-hour time frame, we got to have a 4-hour time frame. We're currently inside. 2-hour time frame, we're currently inside. 90-minute, we're currently inside. 30-minute time frame, we got a 221. We're currently inside as well. So that's something this looks very interesting. The market is dropping, but Starbucks is going up. I'm like, this is interesting. Did they have earnings previously, right? So go back to the daily time frame. I look and say, wow, they just had earnings. They missed EPS, but they smashed revenue. So I'm like, this is pretty interesting. So they had 50-50. So they beat revenue, but they missed out on EPS. So before earnings, we seen that we had a top, we had a high. So I try to explain to people when you see these levels of resistance, this is the top. 87.62, and then we found some support here. So we're trading this out of this range, right? So we found some support. Now, me, if I'm looking to scalp this pre-market leading to the market open, if we can bounce off support and then we can actually cover some grounds, I have multiple things I like to turn on and like to look at the market. So one thing for sure, I like to turn on my OG fibs, just give me pre-market highs, pre-market lows. Now, currently, I'm looking to actually take this trade above pre-market highs. So if we break pre-market highs, this will be my purple term. I'm looking to take this trade to the upside. Now, if we come down and we break yesterday's low, which is 80.25, I'm looking to take it to the downside. But I want to scale this down to a 5-minute time frame so we can get a better visual. So a better visual to me on a 5-minute time frame, this is how I like to trade from the bill. We pretty much reject pre-market highs. If we can bust through 81.39, ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking an $82 calls, same week expiration. So this is going to be a banger trade for me. Then I have multiple targets coming back up on a 90-minute time frame. Once we take out that pre-market level, I actually want to go up at 81.80. So if we can go to 81.80, that would be my first target. But I'm always looking for percentage, 81.80, and then days high. Will be 81.91, but I'm actually looking forward to come back up and cover this target from when we had earnings. So 81.80 is my first target. Once we establish that target, ladies and gentlemen, that's my hard target. If I take 10 contracts, I know that I automatically need to get out of 8 contracts, 6 contracts. I really want to take 60%, 70% of my contracts off the table once I hit my first target so I can feel comfortable within my trade. So that's my target. I already got my entry here. This would be my call entry. All right, so I got my call entry now. That's on Starbucks. And once you break up, ladies and gentlemen, I will have it actually alert me. I set alert to the upside, have it completely keep alerting me. Now, Once I got my first entry, ladies and gentlemen, I want to look to the left. I want to look at targets, look to the left. I understand that we had some form of resistance here. So 82.36. And then I understand we had yesterday's high. That will be my next target. So I got multiple targets coming up. So I got my 3 targets. Anything after my 3 targets, I consider them runners. All right, anything out there, I consider them runners. Now, I'm going to wait till the market actually continue to keep on rallying or dumping, and then I'll see how we actually stall out before the market actually opens. Now, look at this on the 30-minute time frame. We already established our parameters. So first thing first, ladies and gentlemen, I like to turn off a few indicators so I can see my charts a little bit clearly. So we got our target. Once we break above pre-market highs, that's my target to take calls to the upside. If we retrace and we break down support, I'm taking puts to the downside, and that will be pretty much in the money or after money, be $80 puts. We're going to the upside, $82 calls, same week expiration. If we break up, that's going to be probably one of my main trades today and see how it actually pans out. I got multiple targets coming up, 3 targets coming up. After that is runners, but we can actually retrace and come back and cover 85.40. So that'd be pretty good. So that's a trade that I'm looking at. Then I want to cross-examine this. I want to go be able to look at flow. And boom, Starbucks, I'm looking at contracts for this week, next week, but we taking same week contracts. So I want to be able to look at 11.7. I seen that we got some puts coming in on 11.7. We got some puts coming in on 11.7. I want to be able to look at the top. We pretty much got more calls than we got puts. Now, the main thing I want to look at is see if it's 100K, right? And I noticed 75, 75, 84, 115, 100, 180, the money is coming in. So the bulls is actually bounded to Starbucks. They're looking to swing it a little bit longer. So this gives me a positive grips in the grass on what can happen actually as we push forward. So now let's see if we can get anything like $80 a week out, $80, $82 a week out, but we're looking to take strike price $82. So boom, $82 strike price, not the exact day that we want, but we want to isolate the contract. We noticed that they came in and spent 17,000. 82 strike price call, 11.21. They bought it at the bid, $2 and $200 per contract. So I'm actually looking to actually take this trade. Once we break, we take. Now, if we drop to the downside, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be able to look on the put side as well. 11.7, 81 strike price. So if we drop to the downside, we automatically know that they are placing contracts in 81 for this week expiration. So I want to isolate that ticker or isolate that contract. I notice we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts over $119,000. So if we break below, we know we're automatically taking the 80s and the $81 strike price to the downside on Starbucks. So this is going to be pretty interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So that's Starbucks. Looking at Starbucks, if you want to take it out on a larger time frame, I'm not looking to swing it. This is just a scalp idea. So you notice 6-hour time frame, we got a hammer. 2-hour time frame, we currently inside. 90-minute time frame, we currently inside. 30-minute time frame, we currently inside. 15-minute time frame, we currently inside. 5-minute time frame, we just sitting there. So we need to break through the wall of resistance. Once we break through 81.39, we're taking an $82 call, same week expiration. If we break to the downside, we'll take it as well. All right, next one I'm looking at, this is Strikers. Daily time frame to me on Strikers, so you guys can get a glimpse. They did have earnings, had a major flush. We found some area of support right here on Strikers. Strikers deal with medical equipment and things like that. So Strikers, we found some support here. Bounce off support, but I started looking on the 6-hour time frame. I started noticing in the strat world, we had a 3-1-1. Well, we had a 3-2-1-3. So now we got a 1-3. So ladies, I'm looking for Strikers to actually break above pre-market highs. If we can break above pre-market highs, I feel real comfortable actually looking at Strikers taking it fully forward. So we're pretty much sitting on pre-market high. So daily high of 360.67. That can be a quick entry for us. So as traders, I'm always looking at trades as a scalp. I'm always looking at trades as a scalp. If I get in the trade, can this trade actually continue to keep on pushing to the upside? So I do have my targets at 360.65. I'm looking to get in these contracts. I'm looking to take 360 right out the money. It's going to be a little bit expensive, but I'm looking to actually take this trade. And then I want to be able to go here and go, boom, 364. Will be my ultimate target to be able to exit these trades because I can pretty much get 50, 60% on this trade because we'll be pretty much be $4 in the money. And as we continue to keep on going, my next target, if I leave runners, it will be yesterday's high. And then at the top of this, I'm pretty much exiting all my position at 372. But once I start dropping it down like the 2-hour time frame, it start making more sense. We got a 2-2 continuation. 90-minute time frame, we got a 2-2 continuation. 30-minute time frame, we got a 2-2 continuation. 15-minute time frame, we got a 2-2 continuation. So all things looking pretty good. I'm not looking for any puts on this one at all. I'm looking forward to actually carry momentum to the upside. This is pretty much an earnings reaction trade. So please pay close attention to the earnings reaction trade. Now, We got a 1-3. This is on a 6-hour time frame. Y'all know I like to trade these 1-3s. We went from being inside to being outside. And once we break above pre-market levels, once we eclipse 360.65, we automatically know we got a target of 364, 369. That's the first run, and 372. That's our ultimate target to be able to say, we out of all trade. So that's what I like on strikers, ladies and gentlemen. And then boom, I want to pull back and be able to say, how strikers is looking. All right. I'm like, man, how strikers looking? I want to be able to take full advantage of strikers, right? I want to say, hey, strikers looks pretty good on the chart, but how does strikers look on the flow, right? So boom, you type in SYK, all right, which is the abbreviation, and you look, you say, wow, there's no flow going in, all right? So you say, how else can I look at flow? How else can I be mesmerized, right? That's right. So you allow the market to do the things for you. So my thing is, once again, we have those two tickets that I'm looking forward to taking advantage of this morning, Starbucks and Strikers. And then I have a few more. I'll give you guys a third one. As I go down the list, I start realizing that, hey, how is the market performing? How is small caps doing? We traded this yesterday. This is pretty much Verizon. Looking at Verizon on a 6-hour time frame, we pretty much we got a 2-1-2, so pretty much going 2 up. So my whole thing, we got a little bit of consolidation on the 2-hour. We got a 2-2-1. We currently inside 90-minute time frame. We're looking pretty stellar as well, but we double inside right now. So we're looking to actually break 39.66, and we're looking to go back to 39.78. That will be my ultimate target to be able to exit a lot of my contract. Now, 15-minute time frame, we look stellar. All right, 15-minute time frame, we look pretty good, and I'm looking to take full advantage of this. Now, to be honest with you, I'm looking to take this trade straight from the bill once we break above 39.78. I'm taking this trade straight from the bill. I'm gonna take the $40 strike price for this week expiration, right? Then be able to actually visualize it. Weekly time frame gives me an opportunity anyway, because we pretty much at a 3-2-1. We can actually turn this into a hammer. We can actually accelerate to the upside. Monthly time frame, we're inside. We can come up and take out all of these targets. So $40 calls on Verizon from the bill. Those are what I'm looking to take, especially if we break that target and that threshold coming up. So I'm pretty much on a 15-minute time frame. We got a 2-2-3. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about, taking full advantage of it. So hopefully this was able to help you, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to take full advantage of the market as we move forward. Peace.